Hello everybody, welcome to another review. Today I'm going to be reviewing the brand new album by Loathe, To Live in a Different Way. This is the debut record from this up-and-coming alternative metal band that plays with shoegaze elements here and there, but you also get a lot of post-hardcore, metalcore influences into this. So normally a band like Loathe I wouldn't really know much about, but the main reason I'm reviewing it this time is because I've actually seen the band live. They supported Thornhill along with Graphic Nature last year when I went to see them when they did the UK Winter Tour, which Loathe, in my honest opinion, I wasn't big on their performance. I don't think it was quite an amazing gig. I think the songs they played were all fine. I just think because it was in quite a small venue anyway, I just didn't really quite get the overall feel of it. It wasn't basically a small nightclub room anyway, so maybe that just kind of had the limitation of it. But this was an album I still wanted to listen to, and I'll tell you my opinion on it. So he started with the first track, Devotion, which I think this one didn't seal the deal for me. I just felt Devotion was amongst some of the weakest songs on this record. It just wasn't a strong start, and I kind of felt Devotion was just this kind of alright song I couldn't really get into no matter how many times I listened to it. But thankfully Soft Glow was just such a huge step up. I liked the energy on this one. This was the lead single, and Soft Glow just honestly has this really fun sort of melodic shoegazy hard rock sound, which I quite like, and the varieties are really quite big on there. Devotion's more of a melodic melancholy track, and Soft Glow is more of a moody, atmospheric hard rock song, and I like it for that reason. I think the uncleans work great, and they honestly caught me by surprise. It's quite a nice addition to the track, but I'm aware the band has uncleans. I've seen a few of these songs live, as I remember, just don't remember which ones, but Soft Glow is a huge step up. Take.one.minute is where I started to dig the aesthetic of the album. This one I think has this little more kind of poppier blend, but a bit more of a mainstream poppier blend, but I think the versatility in this as well is nice. It's a very fun song, and yeah, I think it's honestly probably one of the best as well on the record. Just a lot of fun, definitely a huge big fan of this one, and I think that's where my opinion has just been changing from the start. I honestly think the song's just been getting better, and you have Jawbreaker, just 2 minutes of heavy aggression, and I love it. Just reminds me of Loathe, which I will mention at the end of the video. But yeah, Jawbreaker's great. Evelyn is this softer track, but I love the energy towards the end as well. It's just so well written and well crafted. Next you have It Hurts to Know You're There. This is one of the more kind of average sounding tracks, the one that just kind of fits the sound of the record, but I think it works nicely. I think the softer part actually works a lot better than something like Devotion. I'll take this one any day over Devotion. I just can't get into that one, but It Hurts to Know You're There is great. Another great track. To Live in a Different Way, this one's good as well. It kind of feels like a standard song in their style. Got some great moments again. I just think it definitely feels like the album should be named after this track, because it just does a bit of everything this record does. It's got its softer parts, it's got its heavier parts, and yeah, definitely one of the best songs on the second half. So a big theme with the second half is that it kind of goes for a softer sound entirely. I think the first half is the heavier material, second half is more of a calmer blend, which I think is nice, because this definitely shows in Sunshine a more mainstream appealing song, and it's good for that. I think it definitely works, but it doesn't quite have the concrete ideas as some of the earlier tracks, but nonetheless Sunshine was still a fun song, and I appreciate it. Anemoia, or Anemoia, I'm not even going to bother pronouncing this one, because I know the word, it's just not the right day for me to say it, but this track is pretty good. It's another soft one, but I think it's a very good one. It kind of reminds me a little bit of Sleep Token. I don't know if that's just me, it just kind of reminds me of the soft Sleep Token, but especially some of the vocal deliveries on this one. I think it's mainly something like Take Aim a little bit. If not Take Aim, it's Drag Me Under. It just kind of reminds me a little bit of the vocals in there, but I don't know, that's just a little comparison I just thought in my head. Mist is a short, soft song. I think it's nice, but nothing crazy. Probably one of my least favourites. And then Ascending. Yeah, this one brings back more of the hard rock's energy, but it's definitely got this more toned down appeal, which definitely reminds me of Loathe, especially with tracks like Is It Really You, just the kind of way that they incorporate the shoegaze, the grunge, the metal-esque ideas into it. It definitely feels like an outro track, and it has this big climactic ending to it, and I think that's probably the best decision the band could have had for this record, because it definitely adds to the variety we have here. Yeah, that's all the 11 tracks. Honestly, my impressions with Devotion just kind of had me a bit worried, but I really dug the record afterwards, and think even Devotion's not even that bad after a few listens, but it certainly is my least favourite. This is a record that I think it didn't translate live well when I saw it, some of the songs, but seeing it now, I definitely think it is a very, very strong record in its own right. I think it's got a nice variety. The first half is more of the aggressive vocals, the second half plays into more of the calmer, more melodic moments, and they have that nice balance. I kind of wish the songs were a little sprinkled, or just the track was a little sprinkled that way, because you have Soft Glow, Take.1 Minute, and Jawbreaker, just probably three of arguably the most heaviest songs, all back to back, and then you kind of go into some of the softer songs afterwards. Maybe Take.1 Minute could have been higher, like swapping Soft Glow, and Soft Glow could be lower, or Jawbreaker could be near the end. I don't know, but it kind of feels like you get all the heavy, then you get the soft stuff, but other than that, it's still really good. It's honestly an album that I actually didn't believe I'd give it this rating, but I'd probably say it's a 4 out of 5, just because of how strong everything else is. Devotion is certainly not my favourite song, but I think Love Is Noise really make it work well, just with how much the songs kick ass, to be honest. I think it lifts up Devotion's whole kind of lack of the aesthetic I quite like. I think they build it quite nicely. I think for a debut record it's pretty good as well. Honestly, this and Alt Black Era definitely probably have two of the best debuts I've reviewed so far. So yeah, all I have to say, thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next video.